Among the many other things that I do, I'm a naturalist and guide. So first and foremost, that's one of the things that I'm keenly interested in. And my current rates, that is for the foreseeable future, have changed from $35 an hour to $150 an hour with a 2-hour minimum and $600 a day with an 8-hour max, and an intensive for $1,500, which is 5 days. If you're interested in classes on this, I need to have 20 people at $35 with the discount for kids at $10 each, and senior citizens at $25 each. It's also sliding scale. If you want to pay more and you think it was worth it, offer more. I also will do ongoing classes once a month going forward. But I wanted to put out that as a nature guide, there are many, many different environments. You can see here I'm actually in the Berkshires. I'm in the Mohawk Range. I'll turn the camera around in a moment. You see where we're looking here. Sitting in the stream that was probably navigated by Native Americans many years ago and continues to be a pathway over the Berkshires. This area is rich in history and lots of trauma as well. I suppose every place is. As a naturalist and guide, I'll take you on journeys anywhere you want to be and anything you want to know about what I know about the environment. If you're curious about something in specific, write it down. If you just want somebody to guide you and to give you feedback, take it down. I have a lot of that information here. If you're interested and you live in the Northeast, or you're visiting the Northeastern U.S., particularly Western Mass, feel free to put comments down below or look at or think about the possibility of having somebody as a guide to take you on a trip like this one and teach you as much as I know. And in the meantime, enjoy this being what it is. No, you're not coming over here, baby. No, this is where I keep my papers. You know that. You know that. I have a policy. If I'm working and I've got my notebook around me, no dog. No dog. You can come over here, but you have to shake off somewhere else. You good girl. So, there it is behind me there. You get another view. Again, as I said, the erosion is here. The car you just heard go through, that sound is the local traffic, the erosion of the valley. As a guide, I sort of point out everything, the flaws, the damage, and how things are repairing. I mean, you know, this was probably planed out at one point, and there was a wagon trail, and I'm sure there were lots of trees cut down and so on. And this river that I'm sitting in was probably used as a sluiceway for different things. It was probably used as lots of different things. We actually have no idea how much native stone is actually here and how much has been put here to protect the river environment and so on. I don't know much about the place that I live, but I know things. I know a lot of information, and I have a lot of experiences, both personal, interpersonal, relational to people, and relational to animals, and our interconnectedness and the web of everything. And while that's all fine and dandy and there's a lot of talk, until you see it in motion and realize that you're part of a bigger picture and how we're all connected, you really have a better understanding of that. So as a nature guide, I explore everything that's in an area. I could literally sit and observe everything that is around me in a 5-foot square and tell you all about it and what it does and its function and so forth, and have it be a talk. And I can talk about all kinds of things just without actually being there, and show you my world and what you're interested in my world and in your world, and how that all comes together. And as a naturalist and guide, as a guide in caving, in men's groups, as a facilitator, as a dog trainer with my Catahoula leopard dog Luna, with myself being an artist and being creative, and having been a landscaper, and having been a partner, and having been in numerous relationships and looked at dynamics, and all of the things that have come into my life in the last 55 years all play into being a guide. I also know mushrooms better than anyone else that I know in the Northeast, both poisonous and edible, and I'm the only person willing to meet you where you are and take you on a walk anytime you want for a set fee, because that's the kind of time that I have. So if you live in the Pioneer Valley of Western Massachusetts, or you're visiting the Pioneer Valley of Western Massachusetts, and you're looking for a guide to take you for the day, it's $35 for a class, and I consider that at a sliding. And if you want an intensive 3 hours, it's $150. And if you want a really intensive for you and your family for an entire day, or a group of people, it's $600. Again, the different branches of it. On here, it's just an offer. Of course, you can look at this and look at my guide system and what I have going on, and how many things that I'm doing as a nature guide. And what I'm teaching and putting out is, if you want to become a nature guide, this is how I became a nature guide. If you want to know more about nature and guiding nature and what to do and what is safe and all of those things, then I can offer you that as well, for giving people a sense of safety and assurance and so on, from a point of scratch, from not knowing. First of all, if you're here, you're keenly interested in the environment, and if you've listened this far, you have an interest in not only preserving, but in keeping wildlands the way they are. You're interested in gardening, you're interested in having guidance, you're curious, you don't know things but you want to know more, you're here to learn, you're here to gain some knowledge about the environment around you, and you want to know from somebody who knows. You're also very curious to see where this goes. If you want to know more about what I do, I strongly ask you to leave comments and or suggestions or feedback or anything down below. I'm looking for feedback on my initial video of what I'm offering as a guide, as a naturalist and guide, and as a support for you and for your family, or your friends, or other people you know. In effect, I hope that the lessons that I'm teaching you will ripple out from here, whether it's something you take in this moment for free or that you go deeper with it and take me up on my offer. I will only offer a small handful of videos here. If you're really interested, you'll watch those and you'll consider meeting me on my website, which is ourhomeinthewoodlands.com. That's our home in the woodlands. That's woodland, plural, woodlands.com. All lowercase, all one word. ourhomeinthewoodlands.com. You may also, if you wish, Venmo me. If you're in the Pioneer Valley and would like to purchase a chunk of time, Venmo me an equivalent amount of what you'd like to pay for and give me a date and a time. And or if you're coming to the Pioneer Valley, give me a date and a time and how much you're paying for and for whom. And we can go from there. Thank you for watching, and consider subscribing to my other channels, not this one. I don't want you to subscribe to this one. What I want you to do is take the information that you've got, sleep on it for a couple days, watch the other videos when they come out, because they're not going to come out today. Maybe they will, who knows? And I want you to focus on what you want and what you want to get from this. If you've read a lot of books, if you read into this more about what you want from it, and you've watched this video so far and you're still interested, consider the other 1 or 2 videos that I've got and consider what it would mean to you to have somebody who knows as much as I do for a day, for a walk, to learn more and give you the guidance. In the next video, I will elaborate on what it means to guide people, and more about not what I do, but how to meet me and how to be safe in meeting me, and what you'll need in order to do that as an introduction. The last thing that I want to say before cutting out is that I'm 55 years old, and for my entire life, even up till this age, I've chosen things, and I've chosen to do things on other people's time. But what we have to realize is that if we're always doing things on other people's time and don't grab it and give it to ourselves, it's never going to go anywhere. So I stopped being on other people's time and I started being on my own time. If you're here, you have that same sense of things about yourself. You know that if you don't give it to yourself, nobody else is going to. So I'd strongly encourage you to cut out a chunk of time and take my advice, lay out the 600. I'm also negotiable. Everything is negotiable. If 600 doesn't work for you, I'll work with you. $35 is my minimum, and you're coming into it for the first time. So there's that. I won't stay with that, but your first time, I'll give you that deal. Cut out a chunk of time for yourself and let me know. If you're in the Pioneer Valley, great. If you're within a 50-mile radius of Northampton, great. I will happily meet you. If you're in another state, or you're more than 100 miles out from Northampton, Massachusetts, then I will need 3 days notice. It's not too bad. And if you're far, far away, let me know when you're going to be visiting the area. The thing that I need the most is concise commitment and to know what that is. Period. If it doesn't work for me, I'll say no. Choose another date. But I'm telling everybody right now, any date that you pick works. You can't ask me though. That's non-commitment. Be sure of what you're asking for. Don't just come up with a time that might work. One, be sure of what you're asking for. Be willing to commit to a day or a week or a time. Be willing to commit yourself. And know that you're going to give that to yourself regardless. 2, know the location. Either be willing to meet me where I am or pay an equivalent to where you are so that I can get to you. Again, the first one is discounted at my base rate for classes. And if you're definite on that, Venmo me the money. And then send the information to me of where you'd like to meet, or if you'd like to meet me at my location, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to Nature Guide, my work as a naturalist and environmentalist, as well as an activist, a facilitator, a person who's deeply interested in clear and concise communication and realistically working our way through things with challenges, and is willing to meet you where you are. Oh, Luna. And if you're gonna gag, don't gag on me. Go gag somewhere else. And if you, all of that, what he said. Consider looking at the other channels that I have on nature lore and stories and other things, edible plants, herbs, mushrooms and mycology, rocks and minerals, and human psychology, other things that I've worked on, wild edibles, food preparation, creating a daily routine, relational dynamics, group facilitation, I just have so many things that I do. I strongly encourage you to look at all of it and pick out things that you subscribe to or that you're interested in, or things that you don't know that you're keen on as well. Look around my channel and see what else interests you, and spread the word. And if it's something that you're interested in taking a group on, or know an institution or whatnot, and you're in the Northeast, I do all of that as well. And again, thank you for watching, and stay tuned. Cheers.